All right, y'all. So Xavier Worthy and Tia Jones. If y'all don't know, I've covered it a few times on my channel. However, it is basically a football player caught his fiance cheating, try to break up with her. She make false accusation. Now, a bunch of people were saying women need to speak out. Women need to speak out.
Xavier Worthy was cheated on, had his home destroyed, got physically assaulted by a woman, and he went to jail that day. And you want to know what the craziest part about it is? If we had no footage, nobody would believe that he was the one that was being harmed. Nobody would believe it. Why? Because women only care about the double standards that don't aid them. You ain't heard one. If women are so, oh, domestic violence is this, and we don't support any of it, and blah blah blah. You ain't seen a single woman say nothing about Xavier Worthy's situation. He was abused, attacked, had his home destroyed, got cheated on, and went to jail. That man had to go to jail because he found out he was
have a mugshot and everything, y'all.
cheated on, and the lady started destroying his house and attacking him. What woman have you seen say something about that shit? So now, if you see why men just don't be having respect for these agendas these women be trying to push, is because we know deep down at heart you don't give a fuck about. You want to be empowered. You don't want to end oppression. You want to be the oppressor. That's all y'all care about, bro. In the majority. Y'all know y'all only care about the double standards that don't affect y'all. We not gonna see no women talk about Xavier Worthy's situation. Why? Because it's not a woman. When they thought that he was the assailant and he was the one attacking the lady, then they cared about it. But since they found out that he was the one being abused and it doesn't aid the agendas that they're trying to push, they have no interest in talking about this shit. Again, women, y'all don't get no respect from men because you don't show any.
Now, I must say, women have been speaking out. They have been lighting her up under her social media. Y'all check out her TikTok, check out her Instagram, every single one of her posts. She's been having comments after comments after comments of women trying to hold her accountable. Now, there are some truth to what he said, because if it was the other way around, there would be a lot more uproar. We'll be hearing from a lot more women, but we have to give credit where credit is due, and we have to acknowledge the woman that's actually calling out this kind of behavior, because as I say, you don't see it often.
So man found out his girlfriend cheated. He confronted her. They got into a little altercation. She was more the aggressor. She pulled out his dreads. Police are called, and of course the man gets arrested. I'm just a little irritated with that narrative. Like, this person is a football player, so his story is getting a little bit more traction, but this happens way more often than not. Or it happened to be that the man is like, I have to record for my safety, because if I don't record when the police get here, they're not going to believe my side over her side. And I'm not trying to be rude, but sis, you cheated. Let it go like Elsa did. Like, all that whole I want to explain my side and I want him to listen and I want him to hear me out. No, you cheated. You don't have any rights to tell this man to sit and listen to your bullcrap right now. What you need to do is get your stuff and you need to leave, and you need to leave peacefully. It's just as simple as that. I don't really understand why this narrative continues to be pushed, and sadly it's always of the black man getting arrested, put in handcuffs, getting charges, having to go through the system, and then the charges being dropped. All of that shouldn't have even had to happen. Like, you should have just left. Like, you cheated. That's the
exactly. Take accountability. And as I've said in the previous video, men, record every altercation, record every incident, have proof on your side that she is the aggressor.
Xavier Worthy was really fucked up, and a whole bunch of y'all not going to admit it simply because she's a fucking woman. I don't think y'all realize how many men actually get abused and cheated on, and y'all don't take them seriously because they're men. That's fucking stupid. Mind you, this man went to jail because they thought that he was abusing her. Whole time she was abusing him. I need us as black women to keep the same energy for her, because what she did was still fucked up. Right is right, wrong is wrong, no matter if it's a woman or a man doing it. Also, mind you, had this been a white woman that did this, y'all would be on her ass like white on rice. Had this been any other race of woman that did this, y'all would be so on his side. Or, he shouldn't have. Abuse isn't right. Abuse is not okay. Cheating is not right. Cheating is not okay. No matter whether a man or a woman is doing it. Tia Jones' ass should have been thrown in jail. Keep the same fucking energy.
Keep the same energy.
Adidas Real Life needs to snatch Tia Jones' endorsement and stop sponsoring her ass. A lot of y'all are forgetting that she is a track star and Olympian and is endorsed by Adidas. She has her own money and she got her own flow. She don't deserve that money and that flow though. Especially after what she did. I'm surprised that Adidas is a-okay with sponsoring somebody that will lie about domestic violence. They ain't the only ones that need to do damage control either. ESPN fully needs to come out with a fucking apology. Because the amount of people that saw the headline that Xavier Worthy arrested, and they were running that shit with no evidence, no actual tea other than his fucking mugshot, and plastering that shit all over, and then coming out a couple hours later with a tiny little headline talking about he's been released. No, y'all need to take accountability for trying to fuck up that nigga's reputation on ESPN. Y'all that ran with the motherfucking story before any truth came out, y'all need to be held accountable for that shit. Because y'all just as much as Tia tried to tarnish that man's reputation. One last thing. Y'all that are acting like Xavier Worthy, if he would have been with a white woman or a different race, that this wouldn't have happened to him. Y'all need to shut that shit down and shut it down fast and not slow. All colors, all races can do this shit. And to have the ideology that only black women can hurt you is going to get your ass hurt. Because you're going to be mad ass comfortable kicking it and chilling with a white woman, and they're going to take advantage of that shit. Same with a Hispanic, same with an Asian. Any race can take advantage of your ass and hurt you. I'm tired of y'all trying to run with this motherfucking ass. Only black women that do this shit. Get a motherfucking grip. Thank you.
No, the feminism affects every race, every culture.
I've been seeing everybody talk about Xavier Worthy. And I really don't know what y'all want us to say. I mean, she wrong as fuck. She got caught cheating. And once he asked her to leave his crib, she assaulted him and then fucked up one of his rooms in the crib. And then called the police and lied. I mean, she got caught. He hired a private investigator, got proof that she was cheating. Thank God it was people around that actually seen what happened and that she was beating on him. Thank God.
And video evidence.
Thank God he got up out of jail. I'm sorry that he had to cut his hair. I'm sorry he had to go through it. She stayed down for the come up and then fucked up at the top. Now, I ain't never seen no shit like this. Now, that's where stupid it is. Stupid is. It resides. I see the lights are on, but no one is home. Because I ain't never seen somebody just fuck up at the top. Travis Hunter, don't be next.
And as I said, shout out to these ladies for actually speaking up. As the first guy said, he don't see no woman speaking up. And women aren't going to continue to speak up if every time we do speak up, men completely ignore the ones who are speaking up. So shout out to these women for speaking up.
If the roles were reversed and Xavier Worthy would have actually did what Tia Jones had lied about him doing, it's sad to say, but it's true. There would be a lot more women talking about this situation. A lot more women talking about he needs held accountable. He needs kicked off the cheat. He needs put in jail, this, that, everything, and the third. Y'all cannot tell me that there would not be think piece after think piece about Xavier Worthy if the roles would have been reversed and that shit would have been true. Y'all would have dogged that man until he got the fuck up off the internet. But I'm hearing crickets. Why the fuck is that? I don't know why so many women act like men cannot be the ones that are the victim. Especially when it comes to domestic violence. In most cases, it's a lot easier to believe a woman in a DV situation over a man. And that's exactly what happened to Xavier Worthy. He got arrested. They didn't hear shit he had to say. He was only released based off of video evidence and witness testimony. And y'all know I don't come on this app to pander to no fucking men, but the double standard is real and something that needs to be talked about. She needs held accountable for the lying and the false accusations and almost ruining and tarnishing that man's life. A type of allegation like that can last and stick with you for the rest of your life, even if you are found not guilty. You can say what happened to him is wrong and she needs held accountable, and women like her need held accountable, and still support women and still fuck with women. But what she did to that man, there's no excuses. It's just a sad ass situation, and I don't know why we act like men can't be victims as well. They're not always the victim, and it's a less frequent occasion, but that shit does happen.
Exactly.
Y'all ain't gonna lie, when I seen that about Xavier Worthy the other day, I'm like, dang,
Not another one, because I don't like the Chiefs, but I love Xavier Worthy. He's like my favorite player on their team. And I'm like, not another one, not another one. I'm like, he needs to get away from whoever even think about getting him in that headspace. But then come to when the whole story laid out, come to find out, now he still was like a little percentage of wrong. And I'm going to say why. Because as soon as you found out that girl cheated on you, 2 weeks ago, that bitch should have been out the house. Period. It shouldn't have been no way, no hold on, no.
So then I wouldn't have said he was wrong with that. I would have said he should have done things differently. But in that situation, he wasn't necessarily wrong.
I'm gonna let her stay 2 extra weeks. The police should have been called, got her shit up out of there, but you got to go. Yeah, she shouldn't even had the opportunity to pull your hair. And her as a woman, bitch, you making us look bad out here.
Look at her victim blaming. Look at her victim blaming. Say she shouldn't have had the opportunity to pull your hair. Ma'am, what? What?
Seen a couple comments and I know that's where they're gonna go. That's why you don't, when you get in that type of status and that type of level, you don't date a black woman. You go and get you a white woman because they know how to act and this, her, and that. Bitch, you put a bad name on us. First of all, you trying to tear his shit up. Second of all, you want to call the police. You know what calling the police does to a black man, especially if you lie. Third of all, bitch, you want to snatch out his dreads, out his hair. Hold on, what if people snatch a wig off your shit? Women got to start thinking. Men got to start thinking. Because just for the simple fact of him holding his composure and not even putting his hands on you, I'm impressed with that. Because all that you was doing, putting your hands on him, pulling his dreads out, like, come on now, pulling his hair out from the scalp, that is insane to me. You, the way you was acting, like you wanted to get somebody to put their hands on you. Because it ain't too many men I would know that let you pull their hair from the root and do everything that you did and tear their shit up and they not put their hands on you.
Exactly.
Baby, she would have had to go. So that's the only thing I blame him for is you let it get to that point. When you first found out she cheated 2 weeks ago, you said you knew 2 weeks. 2 weeks? That bitch would have been out of there. Period, point blank.
She should have been called a cop.
Like, she would have had to go. I don't give a fuck what you got up in here. This my shit, my name on it. You got to roll. And if you don't want to roll, that's cool. I'm going to call the police on you. You going to roll one way or another. You going to get the fuck up out of here. But this was just a lesson to be learned for him. Because I know his mama probably done been told him, let her go. She ain't worth it. She ain't good. Woo-de-woo. But the simple fact of him keeping her around and now you see what happened, I know this is just a lesson for him to be learned. But I hate he had to learn it in this way. Even having to go and get locked up and even be arrested. I don't give a damn if it was for 50 minutes or an hour. I don't care if it was for 2 hours. The fact that he had to go through that. Because, bitch, I told you to get out my shit. And you don't want to go.
Exactly. That's my thing too. The fact that he even have a mugshot is pissing me off. But as I said, I wanted to highlight the women who are calling this out, who are holding Tia accountable and saying that Adidas needs to cancel her endorsement. She needs to be arrested and she needs to face some consequences. As I said earlier, the guy in the first clip talking about, oh, none of y'all women calling this out. Now, enough women not calling it out, I can agree. But acknowledge the women who are. It is your girl Chantel. If y'all missed the entire story, go check it out over here. I went into the details of the story and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.